Hola, me llamo Dave. Hace 2 semanas yo completé 1100 horas de input comprensible. Lamento llegar tarde con este video. Voy a hablar el resto de este video in inglés. I can tell I've made progress, although it is still very subjective. When I watch videos that I haven't seen in a couple months, I know I understand them better. I pick up new words that I missed before. So to me, this is a sign of progress. Pablo talks about watching videos that are so entertaining that you forget that you're watching them in Spanish. This is starting to happen to me. Watching videos and reading books, I forget that I'm reading them or watching them in Spanish. This is definitely a good sign. I am getting so involved in the message from the videos and books that I forget that they are in Spanish. I bought 2 of Juan Fernandez's books for beginning Spanish. One is Hola, Lola, and the other is Un Hombre Fascinante. Juan writes these books at just the right level for me. The books are a bit repetitive. He repeats a lot of words and sentences, so some people may get bored at that, but for me, I understand this is necessary and it's just what I need right now. I have bought Ole Richard's beginner Spanish stories previously, and although it's written at a beginner level, I found it much more difficult to understand. There were a lot of words that I didn't understand, whereas in Juan's books, I understand the majority of the words that he's writing in this book. Pablo says when you read, you should know about 98% of the words that you're reading, and that way you'll pick up the new words better. I don't know if I understand 98% of the words in Juan's books, but it's certainly better than the other books that I've read. I've also continued to ask ChatGPT to make stories in Spanish at the A1 level on subjects that interest me, and then I'll go read the stories. I'm continuing to read transcripts of podcasts out loud for my pronunciation. I will listen to a couple of sentences of a podcast and then stop the podcast and read the transcript out loud to try and get my pronunciation as close as possible to the narrator in the podcast. The time I spend doing this I do not count as input. I'm continuing to do crosstalk with my friend from Madrid a couple times a week, and this has been very helpful. I've discovered some new channels in Spanish. One is Organic Spanish. It's by a woman originally from Poland who went to Spain and learned Spanish completely by Comprehensible Input. The other is Spanish Hacks. This is by a Mexican guy who moved to Poland with his girlfriend, and he interviews people that have learned Spanish from their native language, and I find his video is very interesting. He also has subtitles in Spanish if you need that. The other channel is Spanish Gitana. This is a woman that does podcasts and videos, and she speaks clearly and slowly so people can understand her Spanish. The more I watch videos and the more I read, I'm coming to realize that it's going to take between 2,000 and 2,500 hours to become functionally fluent in Spanish. But this is okay, because I'm in this for the long haul. Thank you for all your comments and encouragement. I really appreciate them. Nos vemos a las 1,200 horas. Hasta luego.